What's up, boys? Welcome back to the channel. And girls, boys and girls, welcome back. Boys and girls, let me know if you're a girl in the comments. Woo, we're just out on the Aventon SINCH adventure mobile. It's got the BBSHD mid-drive on it. It's got the PHASERUNNER V6 L10 controller on it. It has a cycle analyst display. We're using Big Daddy Samsung. Big Daddy Samsung is strapped to the back rack, which is in a derelict state. Yeah. I also think that I need to change my GoPro chest mount because this bike is a little bit different. Hang on, guys. We're gonna flip you around, boys. We're flipping you. When I do a mountain bike, I gotta have my GoPro one way, and then when I do it on this bike, we gotta do it a different way. The camera angle is of utmost importance, boys. If your camera angle isn't right, it's bad news. All right, so the only thing about having my camera like this is that it's a little bit it's kind of in the way of my helmet. I can't look down very much. I like to have my GoPro high up on my chest. So here's the cinch. We got the BBSHD. It's on a PHASERUNNER V6, Big Daddy Samsung 21S 4P, 75.6 volt nominal battery. Rear motor is a 500 watt motor that originally came on the cinch. It adds maybe like 50, 60, 70 newton meters of torque or something, up to 20 miles an hour. We got the Highline, aka Mohegia Rock Conqueror tires on here. So that's one thing about today, boys, is we're testing, we're doing further testing of the Rock Conquerors. So the first time I took them out, I was just going kind of slow. I was on 48 volts and I had just brought this bike back to life. But so we've got the camera in the back today too, so we can see some, like, we're gonna go find some stuff to rip around in. We're gonna go fast. We're gonna go through, we're gonna do some off-road stuff, maybe down at the beach or something. Go for a ride. Now this bike, boys, it gets kind of noisy. This BBSHD has a nylon gear in it. And the nylon gear, when you put it on high voltage, it sounds kind of like an Amazon.com chainsaw or something. It gets pretty noisy. Like, I'm in first gear. I think my front chainring is 42 teeth. My rear chainring is, I think it's either a 32 or 34 tooth sprocket on my mega range back there. Oh man, this is crazy. This thing is nuts, dudes. It's a loud machine. I don't know what's going on with my BBSHD. Like, I think there's some bearings in it or something that are funky. This is my first BBSHD that I got. And I also just typed in like some random PHASERUNNER settings that I remember to the best of my ability. So in the PHASERUNNER, I set it to 55 amps. It's on 90 amps of phase current. I changed like the PLL damping and the PLL bandwidth. I changed those a little bit. Like, I think the damping is like 3 or something, or 3.5, and then the bandwidth I made 2500. See what we can do here in first gear. I'm using the speedometer from my other bike, which is falling off currently. Jesus. All right. There's my speedometer. All right, here we go. going 30 something, 30, almost 40 miles an hour in the first gear. PHASERUNNER's at 46. $2,500 watts. PHASERUNNER's at 52. Second gear, boys. My brakes, I don't think my brakes are working, so we gotta be careful. We're back in first gear. I gotta look pretty funny on this bike, going so fast. Whoa, what is going on here? Whoa, buddy. BBSHD's at 55, or yeah, 55 motor time. Rock Conqueror tires, feeling nice. My front wheel came off the ground right there. At 55. $59.60. Man, these tires are something else, dude. Like, they are just crazy. I love these tires. Motor's at 59. Motor is at 61. Big Daddy Samsung's 84 volts. Second gear. wonder if it's better to be in second gear. It seems like it's cooling down when I put it in the second gear and I'm going like 30. So maybe, yeah, it is cooling down as I'm going down this hill in second gear. It's only using like 1300 watts. BBSHD is pretty awesome. It involves some fussing around, but man, this car in front of me is like swerving around. They almost hit the curb. There's a car behind me too. That's like, what the hell? We are cruising, boys. What a machine. I put the field weakening at 25 amps in the PHASERUNNER because I think that's the max or whatever. So we got some field weakening going. We're just gonna cruise on the street, get a feel for this, and then we're gonna go down off-road somewhere. Man, the roar of the rock conquerors is pretty intimidating, boys. I'd be scared if I heard those coming. Here we go. We got some off-road zones coming up. Alright, we gotta make sure everything is still good here. GoPro, how you doing, bud? I hope you're seeing things, GoPro. I hope not aiming down too much, buddy. Alright. Alright guys, we're taking the rock conquerors down by the river to see what's going on. We're at 82.6 volts, 46 degrees C on the motor. Ooh, I forgot to reset the trip. But looks like we used some battery there. We are going up to 4,000 watts is what I have it set to. Ooh, there's like a muck zone down here, boys. Ooh. Oh. The rock conquerors feel at home. Oh boy, we gotta go. Oh man, we don't want to fall into a muck hole again. That's what happened last time. We gotta get through here. We got some mud right here. Oh. I wonder if that GoPro... Oh man, these rock conquerors are so crazy, dude. Oh my goodness. So I wonder if that GoPro back here, is that thing full of water? Probably, huh? I bet you are, GoPro. I bet you are. We need to get you like a... That GoPro's gotta be all kinds of dirty. He needs like a... I don't know. Something to protect him from the splashes. Alright, let's go. Let's go down and see what the river's doing. So there was a lot of ice on the river, and there's a lot of people like partying down there a few days ago, but it's been like 50 degrees for a stretch now. I don't know how long that ice on the river lasts. I know it can take a while to thaw out. Oh, but the real fun's gonna be going back up that. I just want my battery to break off in my rack. Look at this, boys. It's like a mucky zone. I don't know if I would want to be out on the ice anymore. I think it's done. It looks dangerous. That's probably why everybody was partying the other day, is because that was probably like the end of the line for the party on the ice. I guess there's still people going out there. Not sure what that rattling is. Something to do with my battery. We better get it in a low gear. Oh, we better make sure it's in the low gear. Let's hit the... I'm scared to hit the throttle. If it's not in gear, the BBSHD will just destroy the chain. Okay. I think we're in throttle. I think we're in gear here. Here we go. So we got the rock conquerors down in the sand again. A different sand zone this time. Let's see how this GoPro's doing, because I know this battery is not a good one. Oh, it's still going. GoPro does so much better when it's like 50 degrees out. That's this perfect temperature. The perfect GoPro temperature. 50 degrees. Okay, so I think this should be a good camera angle, good enough. There we go, all right. This thing is a little machine. Like, usually these little 20x4 tires, oh, kind of suck. But when you get some big old rock honkers on there, totally different. Look at all this ice, how it pushes up onto the shore here. That's some thick ice, buddy. Look how thick it is. I wonder how strong it is. Can it hold the cinch? Oh yeah, it can. Look at that. That's crazy. I'm scared to go out there though. Very scared. That's like one of my few phobias, boys, is falling through the ice. And I just, ever since I fell through that ice fishing hole when I was a kid, can't do it. Not worth it. That'd be a cool jump though. Look at that, that's crazy. How that ice is just like you could get under there. Look at that, that's nuts, dude. There's just like layers of ice. That sound of ice cracking is so scary when you're on the ice. That's not how I want to end up, boys. Down in the river, in the bottom of the frozen river. We're not doing it. The only thing that's funny about this bike is the handlebars and the stem are a little funny. A little bit awkward. Oh, for riding crazy. Oh, alright, let's go back this way. Here we go. Uphill with the rock conquerors. BBSHD is so crazy. Sometimes I get sick of it, but then when I bring it back out, I'm just reminded of its craziness. Sometimes I just don't want to mess with the BBSHD, and it's just kind of like a headache, like the chain and the drivetrain and all that shit. But like stuff like this, like the hub motor, can't really do this. Man, I am a little bit concerned about the bumpiness of this area, boys. Like, we gotta get back. Oh, we gotta get back somewhere else where it's not so bumpy. Whenever you have a rack battery It's just like your bike is no longer really an off-road bike when it has a rack battery. I don't care. Let's see, can we get through this muck zone? Try not to rip up the grass. Alright. There's sulfur dioxide and chlorine in there. It's a hazard building. So we've got a lot of water that's splashing up onto the battery, which ain't good. And then we've got water going on my GoPro, I'm sure of it. Sure of it. Alright, that GoPro Hero 8, you put it on 1080p and it just goes all day, bud. Oh, these gloves. I don't want to take my finger out. I can't get them back in. We're at 82.3 volts, 33C. I don't know how many amp hours we use. I forgot to reset it. Oh! Oh, we got a scooty boy down here. You can go ahead. You can go ahead. I guess it is kind of fun to have some gears with the BBSHD on high voltage, but I still only use like 2 of them. I think the only reason that I'm doing that is because the wheels are so small too. Like if you have a 29-inch bike set up like this, I don't know. Was I in 3rd gear? That was crazy. I didn't realize that. Oh. Man, when you have it set to 4,000 volts, it's easy to like drain your battery. That's the only thing about using a lot of power, is then like you need a giant battery. And that's just like heavy. That's a lot expensive. I wonder how noisy that BBSHD is on video. When I used to do it with the flip ski, it was like unbearable. I have a full face helmet on, so I can't really hear it. Motor's at 34, like no problem. The bridge is accessible today, boys. We can come out here and look at the wilderness and the wildlife. There's some big old Canadian honkers. Look at them all down there. I have a honker. I don't know what they think about that. I wish my Aventon SINCH would work with the throttle from 0 miles an hour. It doesn't. That's one of its flaws. I just remembered we need to change the GoPro battery. We better change it somewhere legal, boys. I think we're trespassing. That sign on the sign right here on the other side just occurred to me. All right, well here we are. We're just hanging out. We got. All right, guys. I guess the GoPro Hero 8 doesn't have another battery, so that's kind of it for that one. It was fun while it lasted. It seems like all of the birds kind of moved along here. This is the bird hangout for the winter. There's not a lot of them left. There's some swans down here. Are those white geese or those swans? I don't know, but they're large. And they're sticking their heads down in the water. What are we at here? 81 volts. We still got some left. I was thinking about going down there, but I don't know. It looks kind of like something else. I don't entirely trust riding through a lot of bumpy off-road stuff with this battery on the rack back there. Whenever I hit big bumps, Big Daddy Samsung kind of grumbles at me. We can go down in the sand right here. Let's go take a look. Look at that ravine, boys. I wonder if we can pass this. Get past this ice slick right here. Let's see. Oh yeah, we got past it. Try not to flick a mud all over myself. We're very capable of doing so. We're on some rocks right now, boys. Oh, we just conquered that rock. Oh. It gets crazy on the slush. Oh. Who would have known that my Aventon SINCH was destined for such adventure? Hopefully this isn't quicksand. Fishtailing. Oh. We're back at the area where we first conquered the sand with the rock conquerors. I can still see my tracks on there. Look at that, boys. Look at those tracks that I dug through the sand the other day. I think these tires are pretty good. The Highline Mohegia rock conquerors. I'm having fun with them. Like this bike, I got kind of bored with this bike because I didn't like the 20x4 wheels. They're just kind of like squirrely, and like on one hand they can be torquey and that can be nice, but then on the other hand, like they can be squirrely. Like they're not good for like they're usually not good for off-road, these 20x4 tires, in my opinion, just because they're, I mean, it's nice that they're fat tires, but they're just not off-road because they just don't roll over things that great. Like I would rather have a 26-inch fat tire than one of these. These, like the 26-inch fat tires, they feel like you're riding a monster truck or something. And these, I don't know, these tires, they're good for like shorter people, or if you want a bike with where the standover height isn't so high. I really like these Rock Conqueror tires though. I mean, like I wouldn't be out here with any other tire. I mean, there's maybe like those Allscapes, like the HEB Allscape tires, but they're expensive. These are like some nice budget 20x4 tires. They're mean looking. So let's see, we're at 80 volts. What does it say here? So we've used like 3 amp hours since I last looked at it. Sun's getting lower, boys. Sun's getting kind of lower. Definitely working better on high voltage. If you have a BBSHD and it's not on high voltage, you're not doing it justice. You gotta try it on high voltage. I love the sound of the rock honker tires. It's just like this roar. It just sounds mean, like you mean business, and like you're a mean rock honker. GoPro, you seeing all these things? Maybe look down a little bit, but maybe look down slightly, GoPro, buddy. This is a fun machine, boys. This BBSHD on high voltage with some gears. Even though it's only like 3 gears, it's pretty noisy though. Maybe I should put a peak gear in this one and see if that helps. Those peak gears are just so expensive though, like $60 or $70 compared to this, like the $7 nylon gear. Like, oof. I gotta be careful when I first hit the throttle with this thing, because if it's not in a gear, it's just gonna like destroy the chain. And then also, if I give it full throttle and I'm like going slow, it'll just wheelie in an uncontrollable manner. Second gear is awesome. We are just ripping. This bike is a lot of fun with the HD on it. This is like a hill ripper. I gotta do some maintenance on this thing though. Like I think there's like a bearing or something like that. Can't just be the nylon gear. It's so loud, boys. Let's take the nature path, boys. Thank you. Who would have thought that the Aventon SINCH could get around like this? I haven't used mechanical brakes for a while. They don't work that bad. Like, people talk shit about mechanical brakes, but they're really not that bad. feels pretty awesome to get it in that second gear and just give it like 3,000 or 4,000 watts. You can get going, bud. At the beginning. I gotta be careful with these tires. You can corner so crazy with these tires. It would be easy to get too confident and like hit some big sand thing or something. Here's a new grocery store. Click and Go. I don't know what that is. Do they deliver out there? It looks like they have a fancy delivery area that's got like a roof over it. It's interesting. It's a grocery store that was built since COVID. Oh my god. Well, it's been a good ride, boys. Didn't have a whole lot to say. Just wanted to ride around, test out the rock conquerors a little bit, get out for some fresh air. It's starting to warm up a little bit. So it's kind of a chill ride. So thanks for watching. Make sure you guys leave a comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think of the Aventon SINCH Adventure Mobile with the BBSHD modification and the PHASERUNNER controller. It's a pretty versatile machine. It truly brought this bike back to life. Along with the Rock Conqueror tires, a welcome addition. Big Daddy Samsung is at 73.1. Motor's at 36. I'm gonna have to experiment around more with the BBSHD, using some gears. Last time I had the BBSHD on this bike, it was like or my PHASERUNNER, the controller I was using, was like a backup one, and it didn't have a temperature sensor, so I had to be like, I couldn't really push it. I had to be really careful. If you're doing this without a temperature sensor in the BBSHD, you're just gonna probably wreck your motor. Unless you are very careful. It's a fun machine though. Having a couple gears where you can change the gearing of your motor as you're going along, compared to like a hub motor where you're just kind of like stuck with the same gearing everywhere. A lot of hub motors aren't made for like going super slow on mountain biking and like off-road and stuff, so hub motors will overheat doing that a lot more. Hub motors are meant to be kind of like a general purpose gearings to get you moving and to keep you moving at a reasonable speed. Battery's getting lower. Let's see here. We're at 72 point something. So I built this battery into a triangle battery case. And I thought that I was gonna be able to fit it on the Hauchi Cheetah if I took off that additional battery that goes on top of the down tube. But it's such a close fit, I'm gonna have to double check that. I don't know if I can fit a triangle battery on the Cheetah at all. So I don't know, we're gonna have to, I'm rebuilding the wheel for the Cheetah right now, and I'm lacing the new motor into the wheel. Ooh, so the Cheetah is gonna come back at some point. I'm waiting for some spokes to come in the mail. The Cheetah had some big old thick spokes on there, like 12 gauge spokes. I had to search for a while. I haven't ever used that spoke wrench before, the Park Tool number 3. Alright, well thanks for watching guys. Like and subscribe. Let me know what you think of the Aventon SINCH Adventure Mobile. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Peace out.